A guy from New Zealand just went to the biggest race in America and led it. Nobody expected that. When Shane van Gisbergen first shocked the world, the critics were quick to speak up. They said he was just a road course ringer. They claimed that while his footwork was powerful, he could never survive the pure chaos of the high banks. They insisted that ovals were a completely different monster and that the unforgiving draft of the super speedways would chew up and spit out the innocent rookie. His first attempts on ovals were indeed rough, marked by frustrating learning curves and a disappointing string of bad luck. But Shane is not someone who backs down. He came into the 2026 Daytona 500 with a quiet confidence, ready to completely flip the narrative. Things didn't start great. Was caught back in the turbulent pack, fighting a loose car and struggling to find the right pushing partners in the treacherous trioval. He dropped back early, learning the aggressive rhythm of the pack and feeling out the precise aerodynamics of his splitter. Stage 2 is where the magic finally began to happen. The track conditions shifted, and Shane started making his moves. He surged forward, threading the needle through three-wide traffic like a seasoned veteran of the sport. He dodged the early carnage, missing a massive wreck by mere inches as cars spun wildly into the infield grass. He earned the lucky dog pass, fighting his way back onto the lead lap when everyone else had written him off entirely. The entire national broadcast booth was completely stunned. The screaming fans in the grandstands were absolutely mesmerized by his undeniable skill. With just a handful of laps left, the intensity reached a boiling point. The field was absolutely frantic, but Shane remained incredibly calm under the extreme pressure. Then came the climax that nobody saw coming. Pushed fiercely from behind by Kyle Larson, Shane van Gisbergen rocketed to the very front of the pack. He took the lead of the great American race. The underdog, the outsider, the man who supposedly could not drive on ovals was suddenly dictating the pace of the biggest event in the entire country. The energy was absolutely electric. But Daytona is a cruel, unpredictable place. Just as he was cementing his historic drive, disaster struck from out of nowhere. A slight miscalculation ahead of him triggered a devastating 17-car pileup. It was pure devastation. Shane was entirely blameless, just an innocent victim caught in the absolute worst place, at the absolute worst time. His car was violently crashed into the outside wall, heavily damaged and stripped of all its aerodynamic speed. He limped his broken machine back to the pit lane, his dreams of a legendary victory shattered in an instant. After the race, his humility shone through the heartbreak. He stood before the cameras and offered honest quotes, refusing to blame anyone else. He simply said he was gutted, adding, "I really hated for the team. We had a fast car, and I just got caught up in the mess." The official box score from the event shows a disappointing 30th place finish. But that number is a massive lie. It doesn't tell you how he methodically mastered the complex draft. It doesn't tell you how he expertly dodged the early wrecks with lightning-fast reflexes. It doesn't tell you how he completely silenced every single doubter who claimed he was merely a one-trick pony. It doesn't tell you how he surged past champions of the sport as if they were standing still. It doesn't tell you how he brilliantly commanded the field in the closing stages, proving his raw talent translates to any track anywhere in the world. It doesn't tell you the immense respect he earned from the entire garage area that afternoon. The official history books will merely record a badly damaged racing car that limped painfully across the final finish line in a heartbreaking 30th place overall. But absolutely anyone who actually watched that spectacular race unfold live knows the absolute truth about what really happened out there on the high banks. The critics confidently said he couldn't do ovals. He went to Daytona and led it.